Hello, everyone. I'm Xander. Welcome to the Weekly Idiots podcast. We are here right now with Dragno145. Say hello.
Hello. It's been a while.
Um,
It's been a while.
yes, it has. Um, Apex Zero One was supposed to show up a bit ago. Apparently, his Wi-Fi router is acting a little funky, but the show must go on, and he'll probably
Yes,
be here at some point. Who knows? Anyway,
true.
um, but yeah, welcome to the podcast. This is a bit of a quote unquote interactive podcast, I guess. Because
Eh,
live on Twitch, twitch.tv/x2da.
yeah.
Um, we do have a small segment where we will read chat and answer questions or
If
topics,
if any,
if
if
any.
any, we may be small, but any would not care.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. So I suppose we'll get into it. But hey, I mean, the people know me, but not much is to be known about the great infamous Dragno145. Tell the chat a bit about yourself.
I am a somewhat off YouTuber. I used to make videos and not much. I also am an avid friend-ish. We prefer each other's acquaintances.
He
And
he
Xander.
uses that term. I personally, it doesn't really matter to me. He's the homie.
Shush.
Uh, no, you shush.
No, you.
No, you.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyway, but yeah, Dragno145, YouTube.com. You made, was it one video called Stellaris Mods in a Nutshell?
I
Uh,
am going to kill you.
I mean,
Yes,
the video performed extremely well, and then he got all shy, and
yes.
you deleted the video, didn't you?
No, it's still up, sadly.
Sadly, as if he can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Uh,
hey, views are views, right? I mean, hey,
Views.
I had that one video on my channel that just I mean, that's the video that blew me up pretty
Spiked
much
your
cuz
career.
cuz I went from 200 to now sitting at 1600, and actually that video was made to spite you. So, really it's your
Yeah.
fault.
Yes. Yes.
um Now, actually, before the podcast started, um, Anthony and I were going through what was it, political cartoons, and
Yes.
one of the topics that we kind of skimmed past was Russia's minor incursion on Ukraine, and I just want to get
Yes.
your thoughts on it.
Uh, Very much right now, America probably won't even intervene. But
Yeah,
also,
I mean, I don't
in the
really
case of an
know,
attack, a lot of the EU will support non-militarily till they will do and like never.
right? I don't know how viable Ukraine is to
To the
us
EU.
as far as like importers. Or like,
Yeah.
do we get anything from Ukraine? Like, do they
Not
import anything to us? I I don't know.
not
I don't
sure.
know
We're not big on politics or trade, so that's not our big forte.
precisely. Um, yeah, not super into politics. I looking back on a lot of it is just
Yeah.
like trying to figure out if you're being deceived or not. You know?
Yeah, and the one actually I would say that I have actually learned my own time, like it's either the Kazakhs or the Uzbeks that the Russians should be worried about. And I'm not siding with any of them. That's actually just a plain fact.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know very much about
yeah,
Eastern politics.
yeah,
Um,
because
but we know
if
all
one
kinds of things about good old Mr. Bo Jiden and his
yes, Mister Living Coffin.
living. You say living coffin?
Yes,
That's ridiculous. Anyway, um, but yeah, Bo Jiden.
Living Coffin.
So, I mean, it's 2022. We're coming up on, I guess they call it the midterms, or like we're basically halfway through Joe Biden's presidency. What are your thoughts on the man so far?
a good replacement, but not. He's old.
Right? Yeah. Old.
Yeah, old
erring
and
on
still
the
around.
erring on the side of senile, right?
Yes.
I mean, he tries. Don't get me wrong, he tries, but
Yeah, he tries.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say if we get anything other than Mr. Orange Man, then
Mr.
that'll be
Orange
fine.
Man.
Yeah, like his some of his policies are fine. It's just mainly that he's not a good rep in the internet scene,
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, and I mean, there are things
and
like
also and
there,
a
there
lot
are
of
things like
supporters are literally just garbage.
yeah. From what I gather, one of the main like things people have as a problem with Biden is I think gas prices. He jacked up the gas prices.
Yeah,
But I mean, neither of us drive at the moment, so it's not too big of a deal for us.
we will soon, but not now.
Yes, we will have to submit all of our money to Mr. Jiden.
Mr. Jeans.
Mr. 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 Bone Mr. Bone Jangles.
Bone Jingleson.
Bone Jingleson. Anyway, um so here's an interesting question. If
Okay.
say for example, Trump was president instead of Biden. Like, say for example, Trump won the 2020 presidency instead of Joe Biden. What sort of different spot do you think we would be in, or like how different of a situation would we be in compared to Biden's policies?
Uh, Obviously, the entirety of the thing in January wouldn't have existed.
Mm.
The entirety of that godforsaken fucking garbage heap of a rally that was in the middle of the
Oh
Capitol.
yeah, yeah, the January 6th riots. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Well,
actually.
but also, I'd probably assume still none of the rich would get any taxes, and also most of us would still be fine in the ways. But also, we
Yes.
wouldn't be have a new minimum wage.
Oh yeah, what is the new minimum wage now?
$15, I think.
Hmm. Still don't make that much. um. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, there are
I
obviously
personally
a
think
couple of things.
if Trump won, there would still be some kind of riot of some kind. I don't know if it would be
Yeah,
to the
shit
degree
like
of
January.
January 6th, but yeah, no,
It would, yeah,
there would definitely be some kind of protest.
yeah, it wouldn't, yeah, knowing how limp most Democrats are, they would just stand at
Right? They
be at
wouldn't have
the
been able to
Capitol.
overpower
Yeah,
the security there. They would have just
yeah,
gotten
because
owned immediately.
yeah, because most of Trump supporters are Southern born, and also like
Yes, they have
barring far right.
they have a substantial amount more testosterone, right?
Yeah, and more yeah, and especially Trump's crowd
Yeah,
is
no,
more radical.
we wouldn't have the left wouldn't have caused the riot on January 6th. Not because we're better people, but because we're not as strong and just like
True. Not
hard-headed.
for tense.
Finally, the idiots and not just the weakly.
We'd be at the Capitol in the retrospect in a normal area where the usual process would happen, holding signs saying "Orange Man bad."
Orange man
Insert
bad. Yeah.
installation here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith when it comes to U.S. presidency.
He is friends with Mr. Diddler that owns an island. Whatever.
Epstein?
Yes.
God, I haven't thought about that guy in a while. Remember when that was the whole thing?
Yeah. Remember when people praised Epstein?
Remember when Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself?
Remember when he didn't own an island and touched kids?
remember when people didn't touch kids?
Never.
Of course. Why would you? Anyway, I think that's enough talking about politics because eventually we're just gonna go down this rabbit hole
Yeah, and
Like
every
this is
and
how it
most of
starts.
us will
This
be
is how it
wrong.
starts. We talk about presidents, and then further down the line, we'll be discussing like why the chemicals in the water are turning the frogs gay.
Or the fact that we should literally get rid of that fucking wall.
Yeah, yeah, the border wall. I don't really
Yeah,
see much of a I don't really see
yeah.
much of a point in that.
There is no advantage. People can still go by sea, and also
Statistically
it would
speaking,
it would cost more than the Great Wall would have today.
here's the funky thing though. Here's the funky thing is that statistically speaking, more immigrants come to America by plane rather than walking across the border. Maybe they don't come from Mexico, but a
Yeah,
majority of immigrants fly in by plane. So the wall is
yeah,
a waste of money, really.
yeah. And yes, on speaking of planes, and also getting it having it be short and get out of here. We should lower more like scannings of like Muslims and get rid of that terror aspect of us.
I don't know about that. I feel like I mean you can't kill an idea, right? Like
True.
people are going to
Keep
have this kind of stigma and fear against people of that ethnicity because of what happened.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
I don't think it's a reason to lower security measures because I
yeah,
mean
like not like a major amount, but at least like where isn't the fact where like where it's like praised fear. I was like, oh, every Muslim is still a terrorist, even though it's like been like 10 years.
it's come on guys, they blew up your towers and killed thousands of people like
They
years
destroyed,
ago.
yeah,
Calm down.
they they destroyed our
Let it
tower
go.
like 20. They destroyed the tower 20 years ago. I think no, it'll be 19. 20 was coming soon.
Give it a rest. It's the complete opposite of the whole never forget, right?
Yeah, it's like It's like please forgive.
Anyway,
Yeah. Now we're transitioning.
right. We actually do have some viewers in the chat right now, so if anyone would like to, we're just gonna do a small little segment where if you'd like to submit any questions or things we could talk about, go right ahead. This is your time to do so.
Yep.
In the meantime, I will do a funky little dance, and that is what I'll do. I'll do a funky little dance.
We're doing a little dance. Look at him.
I do my little dance.
Yeah.
I just crank my light on real quick.
It seems like
I think
I
there's
don't
like a
think it.
bit of stream delay. I'm not sure.
Eh,
I tweaked my settings a little bit.
yeah, that's fine. No, I will never answer anyone's questions about me.
Yes, I'll have to force him to answer them.
You will never figure out how I do this.
Yes, they will never know the dark secrets
The
of
dark lore.
of your desk.
Yeah. And also, like literally, it is open. I am consuming it.
Are you actually drinking it through the mask?
You never
That's
know.
that's extremely concerning. Um But yeah, moving on from that, we can get to one of our topics for today. If I
Yes.
can find out where I put them. Okay, yes. So, I was gonna wait for Apex to get here, but we'll start this off anyway. So we'll start with a question. All right. So, what is the weirdest dream or nightmare you've ever had?
Ooh, I've actually have a couple, but weirdest would actually no. The weirdest one would have been. It's less of a weird and more of a story-ish. Because this was a time when I was like like going through having my throat kill me around back in November,
Mm-hmm.
and that ended up in me getting a panic attack and such. But the
So
dream,
this was
yeah,
recently.
yeah, around December, yeah,
Got it.
or November. This the dream was set the scene. It's winter. We're in the or Borlands or something. A tundra. That's a tundra. It's snowing, and we're in like Viking times, and and for some reason everyone is speaking in indigenous Eskimo,
Right.
My brain doesn't know why, but it is like that.
Yeah, I
And
get what you're talking about.
the story that that I've well, my brain kept it up. There are there are two brothers and a sister. They are in relative peace, and then after like another like minute of full memory bull, they start a war, and then they fight each other, and that goes on for like two separate panic attacks until and one in the end till in the end the sister won,
Hmm.
and from the transitionings it was bloody conflict and very destructive, and especially it also caught me into like some several isolated stories that I managed to make up while I was going insane.
Jesus.
Yes.
So an Eskimo death battle was your weirdest dream.
Well, more like an Eskimo familia war.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Got you. I've had some weird dreams myself. I will say. One of the most notable. I've probably mentioned this before. I had a nightmare. I was being chased by zombies, and then I found a jelly bean machine gun, and
In the world.
you know and I would fire straight into like the zombies' mouths, and then they would just get filled up with jelly beans, and then they would explode.
It's weird.
I know, right? And I had this dream when I was like I want to say like I want to say like 9 or 10 because it was around then my mom started watching The Walking Dead back when it was
It's
premiering
good.
on AMC. I started watching as well just cuz I mean didn't really have much else to do. You know, I did my homework. I I played on my DS. There wasn't much else to do. We were living in like a one bedroom apartment. Um, and so yeah, I would watch The Walking Dead. And I will say it was a decent show. Right up until Negan. The Negan arc was probably like the last good part of the Walking Dead, at least the AMC series. If you've ever read the comics are much better.
Yeah.
Um, like it kind of stays one to one, and then the further you get down the further you get down the just the kind of the further it strays off from the comics. Like you'll notice certain characters die in the show where other characters were meant to die um in the comics, right? Like you don't care about spoilers, right?
No, not
Okay,
really.
so there's a character called um God, I can't get his name, but so what was his name? Um
Think of a color, think of a trait, and then it'll come to you.
he's he's a big redhead man. Um yeah, big redhead man. He always had like really dumb metaphors. Um I can't remember his name for the life of me, but so the
Yeah.
way he was supposed to die is that you know, the characters would get ambushed by bandits, and then like he would get an arrow in the back of his head, and that's how he would die. Because he gets shot in the back of the head. But that happens to a different character in the show, and then later on, like towards the beginning of the Negan act, um, he gets like beaten to death by Negan when a different character was supposed to get beaten to death by Negan, and then it just kind of snowballed. And then the original character that was supposed to die did die, so it was just like it started getting messier and messier.
Uh,
It
usually.
yeah, it's sad. I mean, if you've seen like the recent seasons of the show, it's not what it
Not the
used to be. Yeah. You know what it is? It's like edgy Grey's Anatomy.
same.
It's like you'll notice The Walking Dead, that show like progressively gets less and less about zombies.
and more about
and more
how
about interpersonal conflicts, which I mean that happens in zombie movies. That's what makes them entertaining to watch. But at the same time,
it like changes from a like a more apocalyptic stereotype movie to more of a drama.
exactly, yeah, precisely, yeah. That's why The Walking Dead was good up until about I want to say about like season 7 or season 8. Basically after the Negan arc, I don't really see much of a point in watching the series. Yeah. But if you want to read the comics, though, the comics are way better.
Yeah,
Other weird dreams I've had. I'm trying to think. Other weird dreams.
I have two that I've had in my dreams
Hmm.
as
Do
a kid.
explain.
One of them I was back in my old house over in Auburn, on the top of a hill. That good place. Don't know the annoying thing that we left. The annoying thing we left was because it had a leak.
A
Literally, that was
leak?
it. Yes, we had a leak somewhere in the house, and Dad was like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with it. Let's move."
That was the dream.
No, no. That's the house. That's what my old house was in. But also, dream. I was a kid around 5 or 4, I'm not sure, and we drove this old not a sub. What would it be? Whatever. It's a
Like a sedan
I think, but I'm probably
or
wrong.
a jeep?
It it is a van. It was a van. So it was a silver van. Don't remember the brand or the company. And it's basically like a soccer mom van, except not like robust as usual, like early 2000s type of mom
Like an
van.
SUV.
Smooth, yeah, sort of like that. Like it's
Okay.
smooth. There's no like blocks or anything.
Right.
I was in the front. I woke up in the front seat whilst that car was moving, and I was like confused and shocked because I
In the
didn't know where the
driver's
front
seat?
seat. Yeah, in the driver's seat.
Oh,
No one
geez.
else was there. The entire like, and it was like it felt like I was there in full detail. The entirety of the layout of what my driveway was, my neighbor's house, my wonderful woods where I found the Clifford paw print, and so what? It is it was really a surrealist dream, and I did every stereotype of how to wake up. I pinched myself, I punched myself, I poked my ear, I did all of that, and I still wasn't able to wake up. And I kept slowly going through the driveway till like the barrel end where the incline just goes sharp down. And I believe either nothing happened, or I'm fondly remembering that some reason what's like some sort of hellish portal opened up, and I saw it, and then I woke up.
Hmm. That is strange. I'll say very strange.
Yeah, and the other one is it'll be shorter this time, so we can get to you. It was a nightmare. We had this dog who was a bastard of a dog. I don't even remember its name. I think it was like Shelby or something. I think it was like it was a small sheep herding dog, black and white coating. That motherfucker bit me a lot for no reason. And dream wise, she scared me so much. Had this scenario in the dream. I was out playing in my front yard of gravel and also in plus driveway on the slide until like my sister came out the front door with the dog in a cage and opened it up, and then I could just see my entire world just like ripping forward as like to push as much distance from the dog to me, and I start bolting the hell out of there. And then I just keep turning back. The dog's getting closer, and so on. And then like I did my casual thing. This is
What
the
the
point
dog
where,
doing?
damn it.
I had to. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the casual, like usual, like young people brain doesn't concede forward into space, so it repeats. I went to my back to my
So you were
slide
stuck. You were
area.
stuck in a loop of being chased by.
Yes, and I got
Oh,
to my
geez.
slide, and I kept this is how I always evaded him. I got to the top of my slide, he would follow me up, I slid down, and then would be that repeat until I like flipped, and then I like like flinched, not flinched, tripped on one of the stairs, and the dog just jumped at me, and I woke up.
Jesus.
Yeah.
My nightmare, like, I don't have a lot of nightmares, but the few nightmares I do have, like, they don't scare me. They're just like really, really, like,
Odd.
dis like like not scary, but just disturbing, right?
Yeah.
Like the nightmares I do have could be like like shitty horror movies, right?
Yeah.
Um, for example, here's one. Here's one that I remember. Um, so I was on a bus, like a public bus, right? Um, and we were out in like the middle of it looked like a desert, right? And we were just driving down this road. You know, I'm just sitting in this bus. Um, and I'm looking around. I see all these people, and then this one dude gets up. He's like, I don't want to be on the bus no more. I won't get off the bus. And so the bus driver, he looks over and he says, all right, I can't let you get off the bus. If you get off the bus, you gonna die.
But you finna die, baby.
And he goes, man, I don't care. I just want off the damn bus. And so he leaves the bus, right? And you know he can't really stop him because he's already off the bus and halfway down the road. So he just keeps driving, and then I start to realize I'm getting really tired. Um, and I look over to the right and I see this hotel, and so you know I pull the cord thing to stop the bus. Bus driver looks over at me and he's like, "Man, what are you trying to do?" It's like I'm gonna go check into my hotel. He's like, "Man, you can't do that. You gonna die. You gonna die if you get off the bus." And I'm like, "Man, I'm just tired. Besides, I'll be fine. Look, it's a hotel." So, you know, I get off the bus. The bus drives away. You know, I check into the hotel. Um, and like seconds later, I'm sitting on the hotel bed, scrolling through like Twitter or something. I don't know. I was checking my phone for like. You ever dream about your phone? Like it's so weird.
Dream
I
of it's like
it,
you just pull it up and it's a white abyss, and you're like, yes, this app.
it's like it's this is a complete tangent, but like have you ever had those moments where like you pull out your phone and you go to check it and then you wake up?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. No. You know what has always happened to me, and probably to every lot of people. You just like you're in your dream, and then you just dream about like what your morning is gonna be like, and then you like and like you're like on your bed, waking up, about to do something. You hear your phone vibrate. It vibrate identical in the brain and in dream and in feeling. You check
Jesus.
it, and then you see like what you're gonna look up, and then like you wake up either like empty handed, or just crap, or just like wake up in the exact same position. You're like
Yeah,
you're
it's
like
so
what?
weird. I've had moments where I'll get like flashes of time. Okay, like say for example, I'm supposed to wake up at 8 o'clock, right? I'll get like these random flashes of time that like it's 10 o'clock or it's noon, and I like jolt awake because I'm like, oh god, I'm late, and I look over and it's like 4 in the morning.
uh, oh yeah, okay, this one's much more quicker. It's actually this
Here,
is actually one of the oh
let
yeah,
me
you're going.
back to what I was back to my nightmare or whatever. Um, so you know, checking my phone in my dream, which is already just abysmal.
Weird.
Um, and then like I hear something and I look over and it's the window right here, right? I see like some kind of image in the window, and this owl, this big ass owl flies through the window, freaking break just shatters it one go, comes right at me. I'm like, I'm fist fighting the owl at this point, but like, and then just like gradually, I can feel like my strength just slipping away, like all the feeling leaving my face as it just tears into my eyes and it just starts eating my face. And like, I'm
Damn.
like conscious through the whole thing, and then like I wake up and I'm like, what the hell? Like it wasn't scary, it was just
Weird.
disturbing, right? But no, no. The scariest nightmare is being alone to your thoughts. Honestly,
Nah,
Like,
I don't
no,
believe in
no,
that.
no. I speak from experience. The worst nightmare you can have is being alone with your thoughts, because I told you about this a while ago. I think it was either last week or a couple weeks ago. I was I was like laying in bed, trying to fall asleep or whatever, and I start thinking about like death, and how short and minuscule my life is, and once I do perish, that I all will cease to exist. I will no longer be conscious. My soul will just be consumed with void. And at that point, I was just like, you know what? I maybe I shouldn't sleep tonight.
That's why you
because
believe
I
in reincarnation.
because I might not wake up if I sleep tonight. So yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's why I don't like that's why I don't like sleeping. Because like when you lay down to go to bed, like what do you think about? Right? You're
Anything.
supposed to
You,
focus really hard on sleeping, right? And then now you're trying too hard to sleep, and now you're not now you're not able
yeah,
to
and
sleep
then
because you're trying too hard.
you just stay up the quote,
Right?
stay up the entire night.
Yeah. I don't usually take a lot of pills or medication, especially when I get sick. Um, like unless it's really bad, I don't usually take medicine. Typically,
Mm.
I just let my body power through it. Like a couple days ago, I had a sore throat because I guess I must have been sleeping with my mouth open. It dries up the back of your throat. So I had a sore throat for most of that day. Did I take sore throat medication or relief? No, I just drank water.
As you should at 50% of the time.
Yes. Yeah, and that's always how I've been when it comes to illness. I just kind of try to, you know, do what I can and power through. Um, I had a COVID scare a couple months ago. We were at a Mariners game, and a couple days after, somebody that okay, so it was me, my dad, my uncle, and his son. And a couple days after the game, my uncle told us that a guy he had gotten lunch with a couple days before the game just tested positive for COVID. So we all had to go into quarantine and make sure everybody else was negative, right? And eventually it came back negative, right? So I mean, I didn't have it, Uncle didn't have it, nobody had it. But for those couple days, I wore my mask. I had like those latex gloves when I was operating door handles, or anything that anybody else in the house had to touch in
Hmm.
the house. But yeah, as far as like pills or medication or anything like that, typically I don't use a lot of that stuff because I've always kind of believed in natural immunity. Now, when it comes to COVID though, I've never had it, so I've never been in a spot where I'm like, this is bad. I should get the vaccine. I've
Yeah.
actually never been in a position where I've needed to, just because a majority of my life, my my YouTube editing and whatever else I do, I typically spend inside. I go outside maybe once or twice a week. Um, but after that night, I was thinking about death and all that like dark stuff. I started taking melatonin gummies, and that's really helped. Just kind of get back into the sleeping schedule. Of course, trying to grind Destiny too probably doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn you, Vincent, getting me hooked on Destiny again. I remember when Destiny first came out. It had to have been back in like I want to say either seventh grade or eighth grade, because Destiny came out back when I was living in Renton. Uh, and I remember it was one of the few times where the the guy that my mom was dating at the time would actually like try to be fatherly to me, which was weird because like when you're I'm sure anybody could relate to this. Well, not anybody, but you know what I mean. It's like a lot of like for say for example kids with divorced parents. If you've ever had to meet mom's new guy friend, or dad's new girlfriend, Like they'll try to sometimes they'll try to be motherly
And
or fatherly, and it's sometimes it comes off as a little weird, but the easy way to disguise that is to is to come into the kid's room and say, "Hey, if you do good on your grades this semester, I'll buy you Destiny."
and
and then
or
the kid will
blank.
and then the kid will just go, "Oh, okay." and
And if you get
that's
straight A's
exactly
for this past month, you'll get blank, and you'll
that's
get blank.
exactly that's exactly what happened to me. The guy came in. He's actually the guy his name's Matt. He's actually my half brother's father. Um, he came into my room one day. He's like, "Hey, how grades are coming in?" I'm like, "All right, yeah, they're good." It's like, "Hey, report cards are coming in soon. If you get good grades, we'll go buy Destiny." I'm like, "All right, sick." Um, and so
2014.
yeah, so I did that, and then eventually I he got Destiny. I remember how long it took to install everything. Dear God,
You were
like
sitting there for
like
3 days.
even back in 2013 or 2014 or whenever it came out, it was insane how long it took to install everything. Even after getting the disc for like I bought the game for Xbox 360. That's
Uh, yeah, that's gonna be
I
slow-ish.
I still have it. Hold on,
Oh,
I still have
nice.
Destiny 1. If I can scooch forward, Jesus. But
Just
yeah, look at that, Destiny 1, and
yeah,
then the case is still in there, or the disc is still in the case is still in the disc. What am I talking about?
I have a bunch of crap over on this side. No one probably would care about.
Yeah, man, this
Memory.
this game was insane when it first came out. I remember having a ton of fun with this, and then I kind of just stopped playing because I was broke and I wasn't about to buy any of the DLC or whatever.
The,
But
yeah,
I mean, now that the game's free to play, it's a lot more accessible, and I enjoy the game a lot more.
mm,
But man, there was actually, you know what? Back in the very early days of my YouTube channel, I had a Destiny video, and it was recorded exactly how you would expect a seventh grader with no equipment to record a Destiny video. I
uh,
I propped my
set up the
phone up.
tripod, set up the tripod, and
Not
yeah,
even. I had to lean my phone against a lampshade from like the other end of the room and like zoom it in so it could capture the screen. And it was great. I had a good time. It wasn't a very like good video. Like it wasn't that funny, but at the same time, it was all part of the experience, right?
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Between like writing sparrows, I really hope they bring back sparrow races because that was one of the things I always wanted to do, but for whatever reason I wasn't able to. I guess I didn't have the new DLC or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, it's
I hope they bring back sparrow races because that would be awesome.
yeah, but I feel like they aren't going to since it's been like 5 or 6 years.
I mean, that's a reason to bring it back. But yeah, I get you. Yeah, Destiny was a lot of fun. I remember um when I first got into to Halo, um was way back. This was way back in I want to say 4th grade when we first got our Xbox. My mom, I don't know who it was, my mom um or Connor's dad, Matt. I don't remember who it was, but we bought an Xbox and it came with a bunch of games. We had like Connect Adventure, we had Connect Sports, right?
Mm.
Um, and growing up, I've always been like a Nintendo kid. Like throughout most of my childhood, I've had like a DS or a Wii or a 3DS, or even now I've got my Nintendo Switch. Um, I hadn't really been accustomed to anything else yet, so this was like one of my very first experiences with a console that wasn't a Nintendo. Um, and I remember I would I had a bunch of hours on Connect Sports, but it just wasn't the same, right? Like don't get me wrong, Connect Sports was fun for, fourth, fifth grade year old me. Um, but there's just something magical about Wii Sports Resort, or just Wii Sports in general. Like
Yeah.
the Wii was a big part of everyone's childhood, and looking back at it, it's still a great game. Like Wii Sports Resort, which I also have over there. It's such a great game, such a great game. I did put Destiny back. Okay. I totally want to play that again.
That
Yeah, I guess while we're on the topic, we could talk about what games you got. Or actually,
yeah.
I was totally gonna talk about Halo, and I never did.
Yeah, do that.
Because I tangented to Kinect Sports. But yeah, one of the games that we had that came with that Xbox we got, because I'm pretty sure we bought it secondhand from some other guy, was Halo Reach. Which I played a little bit of, and when like you're really young and you play a game and you don't quite get it because you're young and you're stupid.
That's every game.
It was kind of like that. Like I didn't really remember much of the story. I remember everyone dying, right? Like
Including you.
including me. That was the creepiest part. I remember Emil dying, and I was like, no. And then I stay back. Like, I mean, obviously it's the same reaction, but I had the same reaction as that one dude that played the game. I'm sure you've seen the video. It's the one where he goes, "Wait, we get to stay back and kill all the Covenant? That's badass!" And then he starts playing. He's like, "Wait, what's happening? No, this is how it ends."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
It's like,
really
why?
good game, dude. Halo Reach is still a really good game.
I wish I probably have gotten into the Halo series more into it, but I was a PS4 fan.
Halo Reach. Here's a weird correlation. Halo Reach is what got me into Nerf guns.
Of course, Scott. So we have found the origin.
Right? um no, because like if I remember correctly, like I had played the game, right, and I was halfway through it. I like vaguely remember my mom's boyfriend coming through. He's like, hey, you want to see something cool? And I'm like, all right, sure. And he pulls out this Recon, right? It's a Recon Mark One, so it's the yellow paint job. It's got the barrel. It's got the barrel and the light fixture, or not the light fixture, the red dot that it came with. And I remember like, damn, this is cool. So but we didn't have any ammo, right? So it was just a plastic. It was a plastic noisemaker basically. And then one Christmas I finally got my Side Strike, which I still have, by the way.
You're we interrupt this intermission by saying that I have a gun. Sorry, I have a gun. I have ammo.
Figured it out. So yeah, this was like one of the first Nerf guns that was actually mine. And then a couple years after I got it, I painted it, and it was one of my better paint jobs. I kind of had the idea to do like a two-tone, red on this side, black on the other. Obviously it's kind of worn off because I didn't really have like a finisher or anything like that. But yeah, it was one of the first that I actually modded as well. Like you'll notice it's a lot louder. What is that? Oh, your Retaliator. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't see. Anyway, very nice. So yeah, that's kind of what just got me into Nerf guns, and then eventually I found like Nerf YouTube channels, right? Um,
and then your
and then yeah,
eventual.
then the rest is history, right?
Yeah.
One
Or
of my first YouTube videos was actually like a Nerf like first person perspective like Nerf gun fight because that was what I like. Like I found Aaron Esser's one of the major ones. Like if you look back and see like the Nerf meets Call of Duty gun game, like
I
it's
think,
cringy in
yeah.
retrospect, but like
Are
it's
those the
cool
same
because you
people?
can.
Are those the same people who made the like the COD zombies and some of the dumber ones that they do?
I think so. I think we have the right person. But yeah, that was something I always wanted to do. So I would I would duct tape my phone to the back of like a bicycle helmet, wear the helmet backwards, and then that was my setup, and
Yeah.
it was so
So
funny. Yeah. Um. Yeah, but I've tangented hella. But yeah. What? Tell us what are some games that you didn't really, or how do I phrase this question? Um, Games you played when you were younger and didn't really understand or like appreciate how good it was until you went back and replayed it.
ooh, that's a hard one because the problem with me, I have not replayed any of my. That's actually a lie. I've played some of them, but not of like the major ones I used to play.
Mm. What
Like
what are some of the ones you remember like playing when you were very young?
I actually I actually do have some. If I remember the copies, I can actually go grab them from over there. It was. I think the most dumbest one would be. Actually, I have like three. We have Bakugan, the Bakugan sequel, where everyone apparently has like some sort of Beyblade, I think.
Oh,
And
Bakugan.
yeah, I
Nice.
love that as a kid. And what was it like? Fucking what the hell was? Oh my god, I'm tracing back. A Marvel's Kids TV show that aired on Cartoon Network where they look like weird, shitty, cheapy, 5-inch figure size that
Superhero
were
Squad?
no, not the Big Hero Squad. I think.
No,
I
hold on,
think.
because I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on, let me open up
I think that might be. Yeah.
because I'm like 90% sure I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. It. Oh no. Marvel Superhero Squad. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
used to watch that show.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Don't know
I
how.
think my
No,
dad has like one of those games, like because I remember they made games after that show, um, on his PlayStation 3. PlayStation was one of the other like major consoles that I was semi familiar with just because my dad had one, and I remember we would. It wasn't really a lot of multiplayer games we'd play. It was more like single player co-op, where we would switch off, but we would play things like Ratchet and Clank, um, a lot of like Marvel esque games. Um, some Lego games. I think we played some of the Lego games. I remember Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, just so many other games. Little Big Planet. I mentioned it before, but Little Big Planet's one of those games I do want to eventually go back to because I remember having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I had Little Big Planet 3 until one of my siblings just scratched the disc to hell.
Oh yeah, scratching the disc. Oh man,
Yeah.
you had to deal with that all the time, especially
I remember when I was a kid, Rayman Origins.
oh yeah, Rayman. I've only ever played the demo for Rayman Origins because I think there's a demo for it on the Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rayman's one of those franchises I don't have much experience with.
Yeah. It's like if you go to the origin era of Rayman, it gets cool until it gets slightly ruined, I believe, in the third installment, and then it just like goes in its weird its limbo
Yeah.
until until its eventual like well the pre of its map the or the Ubisoft mascot gets replaced by Rabbids.
Oh yeah. Didn't
Oh,
Rabbids initially start off as like a character in the Rayman universe?
yes, the Rabbids were initially supposed to be some alien bunny race that came from a different planet, and they were meant to be. Actually, it shows in Rayman Raven Rabbids 1 to be very cruel, evil, and also uh, very dark.
Ah yes. And now they're devolved to just chaotic troublemakers.
Yeah,
Which is a better look for the Rabbids, right?
yes, they have devolved to minions before the minions, except they are not the minions.
They're pretty much the same as the minions if you think about it. Like like
Yeah, except they believe in
inexplicable
nothing.
or just like insignificant like little side character that eventually became like the big mascot. Because if you think about it, minions are basically like the mascot of Illumination, right? Illumination
Yeah.
Entertainment, the guys that animate shows like
Mhm.
Despicable
Yeah,
Me
yeah, yeah.
and the Mario movie. Like Illumination's doing the Mario movie.
Doing the Mario.
They're doing the Mario. God,
It's a
that was
me,
that was a
Mario.
weird few days when
Yeah,
the cast for that show got announced.
yeah.
Because
We
I
have
think
Chris Pratt.
everyone was expecting it to be A-list actors because I mean it's the Mario movie. I don't think anyone was expecting who we got, right?
Yeah. No, everyone was expecting A tier actors, not S tier actors.
Right. I don't think anyone expected Jack Black, but I don't think anyone was surprised.
Yeah, no one was surprised because it makes sense. Everyone that got shocked though were two people: the KFC rat and Funny Haha Pickle.
What? Oh yeah,
Chris Pratt and
Chris
Seth
Pratt
Rogen.
and Seth Rogen. Hey Mario, banana slammer, right? I see, with a delicious pair of bananas. Oh, great heavens!
What happened?
Oh man.
Oh, what happened? Yeah.
I think one of the most surprising things about that cast lineup was that Charles Martinet wasn't voicing Mario in the movie. Like that was the most surprising thing to me is the one
Yeah.
guy that
The
had been
man,
voicing
the
him
myth.
since the beginning, the guy who's basically the master at it, right? Like he's
Yeah.
and then they cast Chris Pratt instead.
Yeah,
I
but
hope we
yeah,
get a trailer for that soon because that's supposed to
yeah,
come out what holiday of this year?
I think that was the announcement.
Yeah, holiday of this year was the Mario movie was supposed to come out. I'm hoping we get
Actually,
some kind of. I'm hoping we at least get like a teaser within the next few months.
we might get it around like April or something like that.
March or April. I'm hoping. Oh yeah, Nintendo Directs. You gotta love them, right? Nintendo Direct leaks, Nintendo Direct rumors.
Oh, Nintendo Direct rumors gonna spoil the entire goddamn fucking series.
Right. Waluigi gets added to Smash last second, and he's the worst character ever.
Funny actually, you are wrong. It was trash Sora.
Sora. Oh man. Anyway, we have gotten hella off topic.
Yes.
I don't even
More
remember
off
what I
topic
set
than
up for
off
my
more off topic than on topic.
right.
No, more off topic than hot topic. I ruined it.
More off topic than hot taco. Hot taco? What?
Yeah.
Hot taco. I can't speak.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go see if I can rummage them out of the box over here.
Yeah, you do that.
I'll do that. The change the chat as there.
And in the meantime, chat, how are we doing? Are we popping off? It's the what am I doing? Oh crap. So, in the meantime, while you guys are here, I'm gonna we're gonna do a little editing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little editing. Okay. Um. Ah. Here we go.
I am back. I have
Oh.
managed to rummage. I have managed to rummage two of them, and obviously not. And obviously, being basic of me of kids, they're all from GameStop. I should actually turn
Ah,
off this
nice.
filter.
GameStop,
Turn off the
a
filter.
classic, it for sure.
Yeah, they're all from GameStop.
Nice.
Some classic picks. They're all GameStop. They're all GameStop owned. All of them still have their tags.
Okay, that's not quite. Hold on. Stretch. I'm editing. Transform. Edit transform.
Yeah.
20. That should be good, right?
Maybe. Are you zooming me?
There
Oh,
we
you're
go.
just doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Especially
was cropping.
then
I was cropping
the best
Discord.
game.
There we go.
The
What
best
is that?
game.
I can't see.
It's the bet. Oh god damn it! The best game. Super Mario
Strikers.
Strikers.
I only ever played Strikers once, and it was actually at like one of my mom's friend's house. I don't know if it was my mom's friend or somebody else, but they had a kid who was also named Xander, and it was one of the weirdest things. It was one of the first experiences where I had met somebody who had the same name as me. It was so weird.
Yeah. Also, this is the Rain Rabbit's back, and I don't. Hold on, let me grab my light so I can like
Because like
illuminate it.
when you have a common name like Bob or Tim or Joe, like you're gonna run into a lot of Bobs, Tims, and Joes, right? Like it's a fairly common name, especially if you're older, right?
And
But when you have like a less common name like I don't know, Penelope or uh Antonio or Xander
yeah, no,
or
that's
Alexander. It's like you don't expect to run into people with your same name, but it's just insane.
okay,
Like
so,
I know like 6 different Kayleys.
jeez, how confusing is that?
Not really. I don't talk to any of them. I just so it's not confusing because I don't talk to any of them. Um,
Jesus,
but
Jesus,
yeah,
this.
I've only ever met 2 other people who were also named Xander. There was the one kid that I mentioned before that I played Mario Strikers with, and there was one kid at my middle school. His name was, I want to say, Xander Stokes.
Was the
No, with an X. Like
oh.
these 2 kids are with an X. Because their parents are not idiots. Like Xander is derived from Alexander. You don't spell it with a Z. That's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just remembered the origin of how I got Rayman.
Oh, do tell, do tell.
I believe it was either the YouTube channel We Would Wreck the Play or Sugar Conroy that got me into Rayman Origins. And a lot of games in my childhood were derived from inspiration from watching YouTuber like old YouTubers play. So especially ones that are like technically half dead by now probably.
Yes.
No, Ninja Koopa. That's what my biggest inspiration was for Rayman Origins. Ninja Koopa.
Ninja Koopa. I can't say I've ever heard of that guy. Ninja
It's either
Koopa.
it's either Ninja Koopa or Koopa Ninja. It's one of the.
I think Ninja Koopa more likely because it's probably derived from Ninja
Oh no!
Turtles.
Oh no! Oh wait, no, not. Oh no! Here, I was wrong. It's Koopa Kung Fu.
Koopa Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so it seems now he's derived into the shorts industry and a bit of the Animal Crossing.
Oh. It's always weird seeing
Your biggest being started.
right. Like for example, oh dude, Did you hear about the news that came out about Skydo's Minecraft?
No, but I assume that he did with another kid.
No, 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 no. No, this was. I mean, it was still bad stuff, like just general like abuse, manipulation,
Ugh. I'll go wait
that kind
anyways.
of shit. Yeah,
That'll be there for after this.
yeah. I suppose that's why they say things like "never meet your heroes," right?
True.
Because I mean, let's be honest, Skydo's Minecraft was like one
The
of the. I,
one of
I
the
mean,
top YouTubers of
exactly.
Minecraft
I
back
mean, he was
then.
part of everyone's childhood. Let's be
It
honest.
was yeah, it was the King of Butter, Aw Man, Creeper,
Still better than
uh,
Dream,
yes,
for sure. Like
very
I
much.
gotta, I gotta be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked Dream, but like it just
Yeah, I never got into the fandom. I just I never actually get into any of the fandoms. I usually just I just watched him do his speed running
I
and
mean, yeah,
such.
like he's a
But
pretty
I'm
impressive
there for the
Minecraft player. Don't
entertainment.
get me wrong,
Yeah.
but yeah, you know what he did? He speed ran his career. Yeah,
5 or 15 videos in, and he's already killed himself.
right. In a way, Dream's like campaign on YouTube was very similar to Sky's. Like, he gets really popular playing Minecraft, and then
Yeah,
he starts doing a little more like role
and
play
using
SMP kind of stuff.
yeah,
Like that's a
yes.
lot of the reason I stopped watching Skydo's Minecraft in the first place was he started doing more like role play stuff, which I wasn't a
Yeah.
100% into.
Yeah, I think the one role play I actually liked out of him was I believe the Fallout one he did.
Was it actually Fallout or was it The Walking Dead? Because he did that. He did one of that
It,
too.
it was Fall, it was Fallout because I remember his main character was a mercenary that this guy played, and it
Yeah.
was one of the dude who has a question mark for a head who was, oh no, it was a camera for a head who had amnesia and was our in story main character.
Yeah. I watched The Walking Dead like roleplay one because I feel like Minecraft roleplays like that can be done well if you could put like a tarp over it and like do your own little animations and have it be its own separate thing. Like if Minecraft is just used as
A
a
device for
theater
a
and
segment.
not
Yeah, yeah, for theater,
like
not.
yeah, because I think a lot of the magic is lost when you're like, all right, time to go kill the Walking Dead zombies with my Minecraft sword. And you're like, ah,
Just,
well, this
just
is
all right. Let's go kill the Ender Dragon.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, and then between that and him like retiring and then coming back and then retiring again.
Yeah, and then doing stuff to children.
Yep,
Like,
classic YouTube.
yeah,
I mean, you gotta get handed to the guy. He's been through quite a lot. Cause one of like the major things that he went through, which probably led to like his mental
downfall.
instability now, is just that whole breakdown, and especially the imposter syndrome. And that's not supposed to be like funny, it's a sussy imposter. No, it's a real thing. You feel like if you were to show off the real you, that nobody would like subscribe to it, because that's one of the major reasons he quit was because he felt like he was just putting on a mask, right? Um, and that's always been something I've tried to avoid is playing a character or trying to be a specific way on camera.
Yeah, with me and my persona, I am my own character,
Yeah.
and you can know this because I've tested this to you a lot of times.
Yes. Yes, I can definitely attest to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because I don't hide behind well, I do hide behind this persona.
Right.
It's something I've created that uses me.
Yes. Wait, what do you mean? That's just you.
Yes,
There's nothing under there. It's just a black void.
true. If I were to reveal you now, there would just be nothing there.
Right?
Yeah, and besides, this will be different in like maybe like 600 years.
Right? I gotta say though, like out of all the different Minecraft YouTubers that have faced downfall, for lack of a better word, Sky got it easy, right? Like he retired, and there's controversialness
Yeah,
about him. Like it's not.
yeah.
That's
It's probably yeah.
yeah.
It's like the case of
Basher.
like
Remember
announce.
Basherverse?
Oh,
He
Basher. That is a. I don't
watermelon Minecraft YouTuber.
think.
Or skin was a watermelon.
I think.
Yeah, I mean he got into some like dark shit. Sunday is one of those like Sunday's one of those Minecraft YouTubers that survived but didn't really live. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the type of content you make nowadays, or that he makes nowadays, um, at some point you got to think like, does he actually enjoy this?
Yeah. Yeah, and also it's always weird like going back to like watch him in the early days because if you're young, if you were young and you watched him in the early days, you'd know who he was. He was a Minecraft. He was a Minecraft player, an innocent soul.
Would you even
Never liked to
recognize
yell.
him? Like, would you
No,
recognize modern
but
day Sunday?
also,
Because at the same,
but
yeah,
also, you would also remember that technically Sunday is a veteran.
yeah, it's one of the weirdest things too. Because like, yeah, he's technically he's been around for almost as
Wow.
long as Sky has,
Yeah.
and then Captain
Yeah.
Sparkles was one of those other guys that
Yeah.
made it out, right?
Yeah. Via his music story and also him doing whatever the hell it was of Reddit.
Yeah, his reacting to Reddit series. Um,
Though,
That's one of the things I've tried to avoid is doing like a being a Reddit React channel.
yeah. But also one of the YouTubers that has still kept on that I've known for a while, obviously never personally, never, but like to my heart, is Stampy Longnose.
Stampy Longnose, he still makes content.
He still makes content, and he
Wow,
and through
that's
that
surprising.
entirety of the Fortnite phase, he has stayed on Minecraft.
Right?
Is one of my favorite, especially he acts like such a wonderful listener, and like you can just listen to him all day and feel
Right.
fine.
One of the other YouTubers that um kind of made it through the 2010s without jumping on trends like Fortnite or even the Minecraft resurgence or just Minecraft in general was Maximilian Dude. He's a he is
Never.
a he's a fighting game YouTuber, so he plays a lot of things like Marvel vs. Combat or Marvel vs. Capcom, excuse me.
Low
Things
tier.
like he makes Smash videos on occasion too, and some of his reactions to like the Smash reveal characters are very like famous, I guess, or not famous, but what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it would be famous, huh? Specifically Cloud and Sephiroth because like Final Fantasy VII is one of his all-time favorite games. And fun fact, both times, the second he realizes who he is or who the characters are, both times for both trailers, the first thing he says is "fuck you," and that's not even a
like in the anger and the like the no fuck you.
kind of in like the no effing way kind of hype kind of way. I can actually pull up the video most likely because I can
Mm.
here do.
Yeah, make sure there's no like copyright music or else you'll get
Oh
cross.
no, there isn't. Don't worry.
Like pull it up.
Yes.
Thing.
Wall. What
Oh,
the
that's
fuck?
an ad.
They have teeth.
Yes, they see. Looking at your
Oh
thing.
my God.
You're advertising your
Crit.
thing that you've already been there.
Cringe ad. Alright, hold on. I'm pulling up both videos. Because this is actually really funny. There you go.
Let's go! No. In sync. Trunks.
Gonna see if it pulls up.
Alright, yeah, I gotta screen record this, so let's see. Screens. Yeah, we'll just do the full screen. So here we have that. Oh, hello. That's terrifying. Alright, so here's the cloud one.
Show us something on Smash. Give us the ballot. Please, Reggie, let's see the ballot. Fuck you.
And then the other one.
Uh-oh. What the hell is
Trunks.
powerful enough to do that?
Trunks?
No way, Sephiroth!
Fuck you! No fucking way!
Both times. It's beautiful.
Yeah, very.
And there you go. Stop streaming. Okay. But yeah, that was basically that's one of his better moments. He also has some other stuff. He actually does play Monster Hunter Rise, if that's something you're interested in. I know.
Yeah, I only watch one, and it's JFJ. Who's is the boy, the best. Watch his content. He is good.
Yes.
He is a very honest character. He is by far one of the most honest people I've seen who has streamed YouTube.
Yes.
The-
Trying to think. Yeah, I guess if we're gonna talk about YouTubers that inspired us, I guess Corey Kenshin would have to be one of mine. Have to be.
Yeah.
Because like,
I could see it.
I mean,
'Cause I can see a
yeah,
lot of his
he
style.
disappears for months at a time, but like he keeps coming back, and you know, the people are
Coming
hyped
back.
every time, every time,
Even the haters don't exist.
right? Yeah, Corey's one of those YouTubers that like, he's very just unproblematic. Like, literally the only thing that people have a problem with when it comes to Corey is the fact that he disappears sometimes from upload. Literally the only reason they don't like him is because he doesn't upload as much. Like,
Funny.
yeah, he's super
Yeah.
unproblematic, and he's
Yeah.
one of the greatest, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like, with me watching Jay after out of such a young. I remember watching his content when it was what it was. Payday was Fun 10 and or his Subnautica video that I watched, and his Subnautica one was the most watched at his channel.
Mm-hmm.
And watching him go forward, and then tuning into some of his streams, he's like actually I'll say this. Several times throughout his career under a year, he has made a Patreon, canceled the Patreon, and then made a Patreon again. And his reason for that is that he feels guilty by asking people to help him out during his daily life.
Jeez. Yeah, I can definitely see why that.
Yeah, and he also has some great advice. There's one clip in one of his previous streams I can grab later after this podcast that I can show to you. That he gives advice to never do, and also how to start in a YouTube scene.
Yeah.
In a short summary,
I get the feeling that that content creation is not really what am I trying to say? Because I'm not saying that it's not a career, because I mean there are plenty of people who live off of this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, there is the argument that it's not really a very legitimate career.
Yeah.
how is it more useful to your life than welding, right? Welding.
Yeah. You could still be an engineer who failed engineering class and still be YouTuber.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that was the plan for me. Was, once I had the ability to get myself from point A to point B, was to take up some kind of trade just so I can, even if I even if I screw up and I fall off of YouTube and I become like the worst guy ever,
Get canceled.
I get Twitter canceled, right?
For Twitter canceled for one comment you made on like an off-brand site.
Right? Diss a VTuber, right? But yeah. I would still at least have my trade. Nobody could take my trade from me.
Editing and videography is a skill.
Yes. It does take a good amount of skill because it is very incredibly easy to make a very terrible video, right?
Yes, I have experience from that bullshit over there.
Right? Oh, you mean the Stellaris mods?
That that garbage heap. No matter
Yeah.
what you say, even if there is no chat, it is garbage.
Right? It is something, I guess, to warrant being upset about. You put out all kinds of content, all different kinds, and you put all this effort into videos that only do kind of and then you make a video out of spite of some other dude.
Yeah,
and,
or
and
like
then you get like 500,000 views and
or
hundreds of
near
subscribers off of that.
get like 1 million. How much even is it at it now? If it is like what I think it is, I'm going to actually jump and kill.
69 million views.
Let's see. Okay, no, no, no!
What happened? Wait, what?
It's
No, wait. I'm checking right now.
it is
What is
cursed.
that video at? What is it at? If it'll load, damn. Where are you? Dragno145.
Pain.
What is it at? 145K. Nice.
My number.
Hey, you're fairly close to 69 subscribers.
No. No. Yeah, like I obviously, I made that whilst I was just in a dumb moment. I finished like 3 games of Stellaris, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this out of being fun. But I wake up later and I realize what I made. I was like, why did I make this?
Why did I make?
I hated it. Yeah.
They say the
There are
same thing
better
about
guys.
my video. It's like I would much rather like a different video get the amount of views that video gets. And
Yeah.
you know what? I think it's because of honestly, I think the one reason I got so many views off of that video was I called. Hold on.
Okay, intermission. Okay, it seems like we're in a mission to an intermission. Never mind.
Alright, I'll be right back. Entertain the chat while I'm gone.
Okay. Oh, never mind. I guess we are in an intermission. How can I? Don't really have any. Bird collection. I own birds, not real ones, fake. This one jingles. This one jingles. I call this one Bell. This one is called Sock. He is a bird. I got all these in Walmart. Don't know what they're actually called because the brand doesn't exist, so I can't just buy like 500 of these on Amazon. And yes, it's autumn themed. And you go away, be quiet. We're not done. And then this one is called Hacky Sack. This is my first bird that I ever got from my mom over at Walmart. Anyway, hello, Xander. You have returned.
I have. Anyway, we've been streaming for about an hour and a half. Should probably end the podcast. Typically, I don't want these to be much longer than this. So.
I mean, usually they are usually longer, and it seems one of our guests hasn't appeared. So
yeah, he's having Wi-Fi troubles. That's not his fault. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you have tuned in, clearly you're not, because there's only like one viewer.
yeah, even if you didn't tune in, you can always watch the VOD and
Exactly.
or
if you're watching
whatever.
on YouTube, what's up? Subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow the Twitch channel. Check us
Yes.
out. We're live every Friday at about 3 p.m. for these
Very
podcasts. You can come in, hang out in the chat, ask questions, all that jazz. And
we can go from we can go from 3 to 5, or we can just keep going till like we're dead at 6 a.m.
dead at 6 a.m. If only it would take that long. Or
Yeah.
not. Whatever. Ignore me. I'm saying dumb things. Anyway, goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.